Okay, so we know that social institutions, whether it's healthcare institutions, educational system, the government, and the economic institutions, or even the religious institutions, can affect how we act and behave and make decisions. So, all social institutions affect our daily life. We may not realize it. So, we are going to talk about how the religious institutions affect our life. So, religious institutions would be all worship places, the Buddhist temple, or some philosophies like Confucianism, Taoism, where they may not have a place to worship, or churches, synagogues, the mosque, and other worship places. And we know that for Islam, it's almost illegal or wrong, spiritually wrong, maybe not illegal. It is spiritually wrong to eat pork for Muslim. And it can be considered a major sin, even though there's no punishment for that. The Muslim person just need to repent after intentionally eating pork. So pork is considered forbidden for Muslims. But if they are not aware and they accidentally consume pork, it's not a sin. But if they purposefully consume pork, it's a major sin. And they just need to sincerely repent, maybe through prayers. They are required to show genuine remorse, to ask Allah for forgiveness, and to promise not to consume pork in the future again. So, the Quran or the Hadith or the other religious texts did not specify any punishment for eating pork for the Muslim. And maybe in certain exceptional situations, they are allowed to eat pork. Maybe when pork is the only food available in famines or other hazardous conditions that lead to scarcity. So this is one way of how the religious institutions affect the Muslim, but not people of other faith. And what about stealing? For Buddhists, stealing is a major crime, and they are governed by the monastic law. So they define stealing or theft as taking something that does not belong to us. And they can be expelled from their communities. They can be ostracized from that community. This is how the religious institution affect the Buddhists. And this may happen in locations and countries where the majority of the population are Buddhists. They can be ostracized or excluded or excommunicated for stealing. And people in America, people in Europe, they face different consequences for stealing if they get caught. So this is how the religious institution affect the person in different ways. And the Buddhists also believe that life goes in a circular manner. Unlike maybe Christians, maybe Catholics, or maybe those who believe in Judaism, I'm not sure. about Judaism. I know that Christians and Catholics, they believe that life goes on in a linear manner. Once somebody dies, they either go to heaven, purgatory, or hell. And they don't get reincarnated, unlike what the Buddhists believe. So, because the Buddhists, they believe that life occurs in a circular and not linear manner. They believe in afterlife. So, the Buddhists believe that stealing, if the person is not punished in this life, they may be punished in their next life. Maybe they may be demoted from a human being to an animal or to an insect or to anything lower than human beings. So this is how the religious institution affect people of different faiths or beliefs.